Hey everyone, Roskill here, and this is my 10 tips for Forever Winter. 1. This is not Call of Duty. Do not actively try to engage enemy soldiers in a gunfight, because you will be regretting that decision almost the moment you start. You will lose your health so fast, sometimes you can't even use your medkit. That's how quickly they'll take you down. At least at the start. I mean, maybe later on when you've got better weapons, but at least at the start, just don't try and be the hero, because you're not the hero in this game. 2. Get rid of that surplus rifle as soon as you can. Doesn't matter what weapon it is. It could be the pistol for all I care. Just get rid of it. It's awful. It's an awful weapon. The only time you should be using the surplus rifle is when you cannot afford to use anything else. Is when you're broke and you have no money. That is the only time you should be using it. And if you're playing this game right, you won't be that way for long at all. So, as soon as you can, get rid of that weapon. The videos I saw of people using that weapon then complaining about the game, just get rid of it. End of. Number 3. Water is not hard to find. There's been a lot of people complaining about water, but it's not hard to find. You'll get water from almost any quest that you're given and that you complete. What you should be focusing on, really, early game, because water goes down by 1 real-time day each day. So you have plenty of time. Focus on getting money. Money is what you should be focusing on getting on, because the money will allow you to buy better weapons, better medkits, better gear, which will then allow you to get more water with ease later on. You see where I'm going with this. So you should be looking for ways to make more money early game, if anything, because as I said, you will get water. Do not worry about that. The quests will give you water. So focus on making money first in the early game. Moving on from number 3, we have number 4. Lockboxes. Lockboxes give you, on a good day, 14,000 cash per box. And they're pretty easy to find as well. So look for lockboxes. I mean, think of it this way. 1 lockbox is basically another weapon and more ammo for that weapon. That's the way to think of it. Every lockbox you get is basically another weapon that you can buy in the vendor shop. So look for lockboxes. They give you a great source of early cash. Number 5. You can lure enemies away with sound. So my first video that I put up on this channel, for Forever Winter anyway, I had a hind that would not move. He was sitting on the extraction and he would not go away. So I had to try and lure him away. So I shot my P90 in the hopes that it would work and that he would move. It did work and he moved. And he then saw, I can only assume he saw European troopers and decided to go at them instead of me, which I'm very glad about. But point stands that you can lure the enemies away with sound. Just make sure you run to cover after you do it, because they are going to come exactly to your location unless there are enemy faction soldiers, near you, around you. Like say you're trying to lure a European soldier and there's a Eurasian soldier near you. He'll target the Eurasian soldier then. So that's one way of dealing with, I guess, both of them at the same time. But yeah, luring is a great tactic. Number 6, silencers. Silencers are great in this game. Do not forget about silencers, because silencers in this game, they're amazing, yeah. Silencers in this game, what it means is, when you shoot your gun, you will only attract that squad. You will not attract every other squad around it as well. I mean, you'd think that'd be obvious, but it's just for people that need to. Silencers are a must in this game. As soon as you can, start buying silencers. Just keep buying them. Stock them up in your inventory, because you're gonna die, so you'll probably lose that weapon that's got the silencer on. But just keep buying them. It should be obvious. Get a silencer. Number 7, leveling up your weapons. Now, you may have a favourite weapon in this game, or you'll have a weapon that you've either seen on the trailers or videos or whatever that you really like, or you've got it in the game now, depending on when this video comes out. Level up that weapon. If you like that weapon, level it up, because it will allow you to put more attachments on the weapon, more parts, and overall you will have a much happier time in the game with that weapon. Number 8, leveling up your character. Another important thing to not forget about is leveling up your character when you've gained enough experience to, or prestiging them as the game calls it. But by leveling up your character will gain more health and possibly more speed. I heard it somewhere, I don't know whether it's 100% certain, but I heard it somewhere that there's a chance that your character will get a speed buff as well, a speed boost when you level up, so bear that in mind. But yeah, leveling up your character is very important. Just note though that when you do level up your character, you will lose all skills that you've gained, because your experience will be completely reset. Not to say that you can't get them back, but just note that before you do it. Number 9, upgrading your rig, your backpack, whatever you want to call it. This is another thing that you really should not overlook, because even just the first upgrade for the backpack, when you unlock the guy who sells you backpack upgrades, you can get a large storage bin, which is of high quality instead of low quality, which is what you start out with. This will give you basically double the capacity in your backpack, so you'll be able to loot twice the amount of stuff, bring twice the amount of ammo, twice the amount of everything. Basically, it is huge. It is a huge improvement, and you should not overlook that. And finally, number 10, this one's a very simple one at the end, but loot all. Loot, the option to loot all. Now, the way the loot all works is you can loot all, but you won't have any idea what the hell you've just looted. But why would that matter? When you're first starting out, everything you find is valuable to you. Everything. So when you start the game, don't waste time, unless it's a medical. If it's a medical storage, waste the time. But other than that, don't waste time searching through bins, just waiting to see what you get. Loot everything. Every chance you get, loot all, loot all, loot all, and just gun it for the exit. The whole thing with this game is you need to loot and get out. Don't stay in. Loot, get out, until you're better equipped. Then you can stay in a bit more. But at first, just loot all, get out, loot all, get out. Anyway, I think that will do it for the tips video I can give. I mean, I've played this game, but I'm not an expert on it. This is just things that I've noticed and that I think are what you should be doing. I don't claim to be amazing at this game. It's just I've got lucky enough to play it before a lot of other people. Yeah, hopefully some of these tips helped you, and if they did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. But you know what I mean. Just subscribe. See you later.